Youth in sports, Sunday Diary has charged the Flying Eagles to make Nigeria proud by winning the WAFL competition in Cotonou, which begins this weekend. The minister visited the team during their training in Abuja on Wednesday evening before the team's departure for Cotonou later this week. The former African champions will depart for the competition via Lagos on Friday. Nigeria's Flying Eagles, who are in Group B, will start their campaign against Cote d'Ivoire on Sunday at the Stade Charles de Gaulle in Port Novo. And joining me on the program to take a look at the Flying Eagles and their preparation is sports analyst Bolanle Oshoba. Bolanle, it's nice to have you on the breakfast show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Well, Bolanle, tell about the Flying Eagles representing Nigeria. Nigeria's flag will be hoisted at the African Championship WAFL tournament in Cotonou. It begins this weekend, but their first game is on Sunday. They will travel down to Lagos on Friday from Abuja, flying to Lagos. But we understand that the team will travel by road, to Cotonou.
For me, that's a bit embarrassing. A team needs the best preparation possible to win the tournament or to get the desired results. I don't think it costs an arm and a leg to get a flight that can take them from Lagos to Cotonou. It's more like you're setting them up to fail. I understand their first game will be on Sunday. And you want them to travel, I don't know how many hours, but...
7 hours by road?
I'm sorry, I'd rather just reserve my comments.
Well, let's take a look at the antecedents of the Flying Eagles and, all other youth teams. And take a look at the Super Eagles in the calendar year 2020. Will you say you're satisfied, with what we've been able to churn out in football in the calendar year?
I think for the Super Eagles, we've fared a bit better. For the under-20s, I can't remember the last time we did very well. We've been able to always win the under-17 tournament, but it's always been a poor transition from the under-17 to the under-20s. Sometimes it's partly because of the selection process. Sometimes it's because it's a new coach and he wants to bring in his own players. And sometimes it's about poor preparations, and sometimes it's about sentimental decision-making.
When you talk about selection problems, we understand that the sports minister had an agreement with the Nigerian Football Federation recently that scouts should be banned from the camp of the Super Eagles. And we also know that at the youth stage also, there is always this talk of agents coming to camp of coaches and players trying to indeed force players on them or probably negotiate to ensure that they have, their players in the team. Have you had any experience of such? I know you also familiar, with some of these national teams.
I think it depends on where they're coming from. I know the national team has a scout too. I think they have 1 or 2 scouts that work for them. For the senior national team, it's a bit understandable because the world is a global village. If a Nigerian is doing very well, everyone can see. But when it comes to the youth tournaments, I don't think the NFF have a rich vein of scouts scattered across the country. So sometimes it's also important to have these people help point you to 1 or 2 talents. Okay. It's at the end of the day, it's not about you or me. It's about the country first.
There are always influences,
Well, when you talk about influences, it happens everywhere. It depends on the coach to stamp his authority to say, you know what, it's the quality that matters. You should be able to evaluate what works for you. Not every information is yours, or not every scouting report of a particular player is yours, but you should be open to receive all and then evaluate and screen out what works and what doesn't work.
Well, I must say very big thank you, Bolanle Oshoba, for the parts of the sports segment of the breakfast show, and that's what we've got for you on the sports segment. So go